Everybody, it is March 11th, 2025. Good day. We're going to talk about three things. First off, of course, Santa Clarita real estate. I'm going to give you those numbers, a couple interesting things in that market dynamic. Then we're going to move into the fat loss. Well, let's talk about those fat loss drugs and muscle preservation. There's some new stuff out there on that particular front. And then finally, my third favorite thing is going to be artificial intelligence, talking about that energy component versus intelligence. How is that different now than it ever has been, and why is that something that we all need to pay attention to? All right, let's start with the real estate numbers here in Santa Clarita Valley. Running the numbers since last year, comparison up to March of this year, we have a 3% increase over last year's prices. So it does show the resilience of the Santa Clarita real estate market. And we're watching as property is not getting less expensive, but more. And that indicates a higher buyer drive. Yet, a couple different things. We have 25 coming soon properties. That is up from just last week when we're in the high teens and early 20s as far as coming soon. That's the last 7 days. That's the properties that have entered. 71 new listings. Super exciting on that front. 75 properties have had their prices changed. That's a big deal. And a majority of those prices are reductions. You might ask, well, why would a seller actually increase their price? In some cases, there are mistakes made. So an agent may have entered the listing into the multiple listing service at a certain level. Maybe the seller talked to a neighbor, relative, or friend and said, you know what, I don't want that price, I want a different price. Talking to their agent, the agent says, sure, and they go and change it. But you should understand that when you have a price increase at the very beginning, it could be an advantage, or it could be a detriment, or it could be nothing. It depends on how it's explained to the people that might be searching. All right, so we have that. Then here's something else that's interesting. 14 properties expired. 15 properties canceled escrow. That gives us 29 properties that have been removed or extracted from the market. So me, being who I am, thought I would look a little bit deeper and find out what's happening on that front. It would appear that it's not all regarding price. Some of these properties, they weren't advertised properly. They didn't have all of the correct components to be advertised properly, I should say. So with what they had, the pictures that were taken with cell phones and these sorts of things, that's fine. But really that professional photography, that virtual staging, that Matterport 3D hot shoe walkthrough virtual tour, all that stuff's a big deal. And that should be something that agents are using when they're listing your home. So those properties would have a better chance to sell if the agents would have done their due diligence. I'm Connor with Honor.